You just bought a house, didn't you, Matt?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I'm guessing you're pretty skint right now.
Well, yeah, of course I have no money. As you said, I've just bought a house.
I suppose you had to wait before buying anything nice then.
Yeah, I do need bathroom cabinets.
Hang on a sec. Have you tried turning around?
Turn around.
Just trust me, turn around.
Oh, oh man, check these out.
Pretty nice, right?
Wait, but how much are they?
Guess.
They cost nothing.
Exactly. You know why?
You mean they were made entirely from scrap plywood?
Spot on. And what's even better, they only take an hour to build.
An hour?
Okay, maybe 90 minutes at most.
90 minutes?
Yeah, tops. Ready to get started?
Right, well, show me how. I'm ready. Let's go. So it's 7 o'clock in the evening, 10 past 7 on a Tuesday. I'm going to give myself 90 minutes to make this. So the first thing I need to do is to decide on its dimensions. And I think I need to use shower gel bottles as like a datum point. So I'm going to take this, which is the taller of the two bottles, and measure it. Let's go for 210 mils per shelf. I've got plenty of scrap 18 mil ply from furniture I took out of my flat. So this first pass was to take off the wavy edge on the ply, which gives me a nice straight edge. And now I can set my table saw to 100 millimeters. This is going to be the depth of the cabinet. And I've got a bit of 9mm scrap ply in the van to use as the back. Lock that in place. A really useful tip that I've found over the years is that it's more important for everything to be exactly the same width than for everything to be 100 mil. So, for example, if you set your fence up and it ended up being 101 millimeters, but you leave the fence in exactly the same position for all of your cuts, it doesn't really matter that everything's 100 mil because everything is exactly the same. Right, so let's just sketch this out really quickly. We're going to have two sides, a top and a bottom, right? Like this. Nice and square. Then we're going to have two shelves. Like that. And the shelves are 18 mil thick. So the length of the sides is going to be, so each of the shelves is going to be 210 mil tall. So it's going to be 210 times 3, which is 630, plus 18 times 4, which is 72. 210 carry on, 702. So these sides are 702. Then I've got to decide on a width, and I think I need to nip up to the bathroom to have a look at that. So the plan was to put it on this wall, but the toilet's here, and if I'm sat on the bog, my elbow is already here. Like, this would be completely in the way, it would not work there. So I'm going to build two cabinets. I'm going to put one here and one there. I've got plenty of scrap plywood for that, so that just dictates the width. I can stick with the same height, but the width is going to be sort of 300-ish rather than 450. So we said total width from here to here for both of them would be 350. So if that's 18 and that's 18, then the length of the top and bottom piece and the shelves is going to be 350 minus 36, which is going to be 314 mil. So that means that the back is going to be 350 by 702. We've got all the dimensions now. So then my cut list is going to be 702 by 100 times 4, because I'm making two cabinets. So that would be those two. And then it's going to be The shelves are exactly the same as the top and bottom, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Quantity 8 of 314 by 100, and then we need 1 of 702 by 350. That's our cut list. Okay, so that's 4 times 702 or thereabouts, as long as they're all the same. Then I need to cut the shelves and the tops and the bottoms. Right, there we are. 4 sides, 8 tops, bottoms and shelves. The next thing I'll do is assemble the cabinets, then I'll cut the back to size. I've only got enough ply, I realise now, for one of them. And then I can use the backs to square up the frame. And I think on this occasion, I'm just going to screw it together because it's 18mm. I don't need to use pocket holes. I'm just going to go with what more people are likely to have at home. I'm going to use this little combi square. I've set it to 20mm and I'm just going to mark in from the edge on each end of each side so that I know where to put my pilot holes, and then I'll do the same and I'll mark 9mm in because that's half of the 18mm thickness. Lovely. It's the first one. The next one is somewhat easier. So lovely. I've made 2 offcuts 210mm long, which is the gap between each shelf. So by doing that, I should be able to pop one in here and one here. Then I can put that in, and then I can screw that one in place. Then I can take my battens and do the next one, and then it should be equal on the other end. And if it's not, it doesn't matter because I'm not changing it. Just grabbed a square and a pencil so that I can mark off where the top and the bottom of that shelf is. So when I come to put the screws in, I know that they're going to be in the correct place. Grab the other end, hold it in place. Lovely. So now I can just take Okay, now let's just see how well that works out. It's pretty good. They won't quite go in, but it's close enough. Okay, so let's just check the square. That is pretty much bang on. Yeah, can't really complain with that. Maybe it can pull a tiny bit this way, but that's what this is for. It's going to make out a back to make it easier to fix to the wall, but it's also going to square it up at the same time. Well, this has actually come out to 349 by 701. 349 by 701. I'll go cut that. So you can see that's out of square, and this is out of square here. So by pulling that square there, nail on it, and that is lovely and perfectly in line here, and that tells me the whole thing's square. I've got the back on, but of course it's still too big, so I'll go trim that. Then I can put some more screws in all the way around and it's ready to put up on the wall. So I figured that the most logical thing to do here is to cut it very slightly large, and then I can use a flush trim bit in the router, and because it's very slightly long here as well, so then I can just run the router all the way around, get it nice and flush. Then I can go around with the chamfer bit and just take the edge off of all of this, and whether I bother putting any varnish on it, that's to be seen. They're just temporary. Nice but temporary cabinets. I think this does the best job at demonstrating how warped this bit of ply is. This is a bit of ply from my first fan when I was doing the walls way too thick. It's just far too thick, and I had to change them for the much thinner stuff, and it was in the shed 3 or 4 years. So it shows, hold on to some things, not everything. Perfect, we're done. I've got the cabinet, I've done all the routing, I've trimmed the edges, it's looking great. And I've decided I'm just going to do it against this wall. I'm not going to try and centre it here, because otherwise you get dust build up that you can't access easily. So now I've got to set the height, and I think, to be honest, I'm just going to put it right up against the underside of this vent. So I'll push it up like this. Oh, go on, what are you stuck there? Just like that. And I've marked here and here where I want to drill. Instead of drilling straight through with the 7mm, I'll start by drilling through with a 5mm so I don't make the hole in the actual plywood too large for the head of the screw. So let's see. Got my battery in here, hammer mode, yeah, perfect. And to be honest, the other factor that came into play when I decided to put it up against this wall is it just makes it a hell of a lot easier to fix into place by myself. I can just slide it up, ear defenders on, I've got my hole lined up here. Wonderful. Then I've got my 2 holes. Switch to this. Only needs to be, doesn't need to be that deep. 7mm. One, 2. Then I just need some 5mm screws. So I'm pretty certain these 5x40s should do the trick. But if not, I've got 5x60s. I haven't got 5x50s, so one of them needs to be right. And then lightly first. Ace. It's done. So I did end up making 2 cabinets. I've got this one over here, the first one I made, and because it sat over the bath, I decided to varnish this one. That probably adds only 20 minutes of work, but then you've got to wait sort of 3 or 4 hours for the varnish to fully cure. So it's worth doing if it's going to be in a wet environment. You'll probably want more coats of varnish if this is a permanent fixture, but for me these are just temporary cabinets so that I can just not have all of my things on the floor in the bathroom. The one over here above the toilet, well, as I mentioned, I was running very low on the 9mm ply, so for this one I used what I had left and made sure I had a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom so that it sits flat, and then you've got something to screw into. Now, if you don't have any plywood going spare for the backs, then you can always use some metal brackets and screw them on to the sides and then screw through the bracket onto the wall. Well, that's about it from me, so I'm going to leave the video there.
You need to tell them to subscribe.
What?
Subscribe.
Oh, yeah, I should probably ask them to subscribe, shouldn't I? If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe below, click on the like button, and
Come on, Matt. Comments.
oh yeah, that's it. And leave a comment.
There's still something you're forgetting.
One more thing. What's that?
The playlist.
Ah, yeah. Check out the playlist as well. I've got all of the house renovation videos in the playlist. And if you're new to my channel, go check out my van conversion series, which is still ongoing. There's all of the links to the playlists in the description below. I will see you shortly.
Tattoo bye now.